Hello everyone, Randy here, and we're playing Farming Simulator 17 on Gold Crest Valley, and we're going to be picking up bales here this episode. Got the field here finished being baled. This is field 20, by the way. This isn't field 5 yet. We're not quite that far. Field 5 is still growing. It is fully fertilized. Yes, like I said, we're just going to be picking up all the black and round bales here on field 20. And like I was mentioning when we were baling this field, interestingly enough, a lot of the bales rolled down to kind of the center valley going through the field here. I don't know why these bales roll this much, but somebody did point out, obviously with the round baler here, the Kuhn round baler, when it unloads the bales, it unloads them, you know, so they can roll, whereas the, it's interesting, they're all like lined up along here too, and I did not notice that. Anyway, like I was saying about the baler, the in-game round baler or the RDL wrapper. Actually, I should say the wrapper, the in-game wrapper, not the baler. But the in-game wrapper unloads the bales on their side, as opposed to, you know, the round part where they can roll. So that probably contributes a little bit. But still, the bales don't roll that bad when you're just baling them. I'm not sure why that is. But anyway, we're going to get these picked up this episode. Hopefully, going to make some money off this. And we'll see what kind of equipment we're going to be looking at here for doing field 5. Definitely looking at a Krone Big M mower. And not sure if we'll look at anything else or not. But definitely the mower. And debating on whether we're going to square bale or round bale in-game. There's a lot of baling options in the game. Oh, we're full, aren't we? A lot of baling options in the game here at the moment. So and there should be another good $350,000 sitting on the field here. So definitely adds up quickly with these round bales. And for those of you watching the multiplayer series there as well, we've been doing some round baling, making silage bales there on Rattlesnake Valley. That definitely bought field 13 fairly quickly. And then we also bought field 3, I think it is. Field 3 on Rattlesnake Valley. Also a rather large field. Okay, there we go. $1,764 per bale. I haven't paid that close attention to the numbers, but supposedly they do fluctuate a little bit. I'm not sure if there's actually a way you can actually look on the screen here, see what those cost or not. Bin ready for a wool. Wow, 8,000. Yeah, you got the silage price here, but that doesn't do us much good for actual bales. Anyway. But yes, as far as Gold Crest Valley here goes, we're probably got this episode here. And then I'm thinking maybe another 2, maybe 3 episodes to complete field 5 there. And then we'll probably be wrapping up this map. So by the end of this week, I think we'll be done with Gold Crest Valley here. And we'll be looking at a different map. And again, not sure what map that's going to be yet. I know you folks are suggesting quite a few different maps. So yes, kind of just looking at all the choices here at this point, and we'll figure it out. We get a little bit closer here, I guess. Also, a lot of folks suggesting I should sell all the equipment here on Gold Crest. When we're done, obviously, sell all the equipment. And see how much money we get from that. And I do have the sprayer lined up here waiting to go. Get this field refertilized. I'm not sure if we'll actually mow it again or not. We'll see once, you know, field 5. I don't know that we need this many bales. And that is the one concern I have. A lot of people saying I should, sell all the equipment and bring money with us to the next map. I'm guessing we're going to have quite a bit of money, especially, once we Bale Field 5 there. That's going to be a lot of bales on that map, or on that field, I mean. So just in cash alone, we're probably going to have quite a bit of money here. I mean, off this field here, too. Like I said, we're probably going to top easy $500,000 once we're done here. And other than, we're full again. Other than the mower, I'm not sure what we're going to spend the money on, really. Supposed to be load number 2. And yes, as somebody pointed out here a couple episodes back, Bales, when we first started doing this before the updates, I think they were selling for $1,400 something a piece. Now the bales are selling for $1,700 a piece, so that's why we're getting a little bit discrepancy in the amount of money we're making. We're making quite a bit more than we were before. Not entirely sure why Giants decided to increase the amount of money we make off these bales, because they seem a little OP already, if you ask me. And granted, like I said before, they're not necessarily OP if you use the in-game equipment, maybe, because you don't have auto-loading bale trailers and force play and all that good stuff. If you got to do it all yourself, it is quite a bit of work. But once you have force play, doing the majority of the work for you, and auto-loading trailers like this, yeah, it seems a little OP to be making bales like this all the time. Not that I'm necessarily complaining, as it has paid for quite a few of the larger pieces of equipment we have on the map here at the moment. Okay, his bales are kind of scattered around here a little bit. I guess I could maybe just go in a straight line. That is typically what I do, but yeah, the way these bales are scattered around on this field just does not seem to lend itself very well to that method. And like I said, I find it interesting that all the bales are like lined up along here. It's funny how the baler must have just filled up, or maybe it empties at the end. Maybe that's what's happening. I don't know. I find it hard to believe the baler would actually fill up at the end of every single row. That just doesn't sound right to me. And even when we were looking down at the other end, I think it was the same way on the other end as well. So it actually might just be unloading at the end of the row, maybe. I've not really paid that close attention to how force plays are running the baler, so maybe that's what it's doing. Oh, and we're full again. Okay. And somebody did ask how many bales this trailer holds. I don't remember, again, how many square bales it holds without actually loading up a load of square bales, which I don't have at the moment. But for round bales, there's, what, 8? Yes, 8 across the top, 9 across the bottom, so times 2 would be 34, I do believe. 34 round bales on this particular trailer. And by the way, I've not replanted any of the other fields here yet. I'm not sure we're going to bother taking the time to do so. Like I mentioned when we were doing the plowing there, probably not going to replant the fields. We'll just leave them like they are. And speaking of the plowing, the reason some of these fields are not plowed, after I finished recording the plowing episode there, I think we were on field 23 here, I like to think we were on. The game crashed, so I lost all the progress on plowing, so that's why I'm taking the time to go back and re-plow those fields. Or I should say I haven't set course play back on the job again. That was a bit unfortunate there, all the work we pretty much did that episode, and the game crashed. I don't really know why the game crashed. So far I have not had too many issues with Farming Simulator crashing. So I'm not really sure what caused it to crash that time. Anyway, we'll read some comments here in a moment. The Arnold fan was saying, awesome video. It's going to be great when consoles get John Deere mods. And I would assume that would happen at some point. Unless, of course, maybe there is a restriction on John Deere mods on the consoles. I'm not sure. Obviously, the mods would have to go through the Farming Simulator approval process. And maybe there's a reason why Giants cannot allow those on the consoles. I'm not sure. I wouldn't think so, but I guess you never know. And another full load. Samuel saying in real life that plow, talking about the John Deere Ripper there, the 2720. That would go about 5 to 8 miles per hour, depending on the size of the tractor. And Samuel also said, just like that, you went broke. Talking about Rattlesnake Valley there when we bought field 13. That is a $1.3 million field. And that, by the way, is a 4X map, so 4 times bigger than a standard map. Gold Crest Valley, by the way, here is a standard map, so much, much larger map. And I do keep getting asked questions about that. Will Rattlesnake Valley be coming out to the console? I don't know, but supposedly the mod author did want to release it for the console, so I guess we'll have to wait and see. That is probably one of the strongest arguments, in my opinion, to play Farming Simulator on the PC versus a console. The PC definitely has access to quite a few more mods than what the console players do. And that, by the way, is probably not a limitation by Giants. That's probably the limitation imposed by, Xbox and PlayStation. Xbox and PlayStation, they like to control what goes on to their consoles to make sure the console players obviously have the best experience possible. So that means Giants has to control what they are allowing into the game. So therefore, they are allowing certain mods. And then you got basically an approval process for those mods. And we are playing with the Farming Simulator steering wheel here again, by the way, today, for those of you who are wondering. Still working on ideas, I should say, actually, for a steering wheel stand. Haven't really decided yet how I want to do that yet. I definitely want to come up with some sort of stand so I can just, set it out of the way when I'm done with it. And then, put it back when I want to play with it again. Currently, my setup, I have to move my keyboard and mouse out of the way so I can clamp it to my keyboard tray. Problem is, then I don't have easy access to the keyboard. So basically means my computer's not as easily usable if I want to use the keyboard on it. Okay, and another load, and looks like there's probably one more load on the field here yet, maybe? Might be one more load of bales on the field here yet, we'll see once. And then, like I said, we'll start spraying the field here. Francis was mentioning, I had somebody else comment this as well. They said your last 2 videos have had the tractors stop moving every few feet. So basically sounds like they're lagging or something like that. I'm assuming that's got to be on YouTube's end, because I'm not noticing that at all on my end. And plus, if I go back and watch the video on YouTube, I'm not noticing that either. So I don't know if anybody else is noticing that, but I am not noticing that. So I'm assuming that's got to be your end or something with YouTube that's going on your end. Delco was saying that was painful to watch the plowing. You're going to need a super modified jet tractor to get that field done this year. Yes, I think we actually got that field done. We ended up restarting the server again. What I did is I went ahead and loaded the Rattlesnake Valley into single player here. Basically took a look at it, saved it single player, loaded it back onto the multiplayer, and it seemed to like that. It wasn't lagging anymore, so we'll have to see if that fixes anything or not. But like I said, it is a server issue. Something with the server. I don't know if there's a mod that's bad or something wrong with the map. I'm assuming it's the map, because we haven't really changed much for the mods lately. And it was pretty much right away when we put that map on the server, we noticed issues. So possibly maybe the map is conflicting with another mod. That is possible. Or like I said, there's something wrong with that map, which is kind of unfortunate, because it is a really nice map. At least I think it's a really nice map anyway. Kind of more my style map, like I said before. The larger fields and whatnot. You know, maybe not necessarily a fan of all the fences that are around on the map, but I still like the overall size of the map. Okay, there we go. That is all the bales on the field here. And obviously, you can see we could probably get another... We could probably actually fill this trailer up if we baled all the little bits and pieces of grass that are left on the field here yet, and around the edge. And that, by the way, is just a reminder again, anybody that would like to play multiplayer, make sure you check out my multiplayer videos for information for joining the multiplayer servers. You won't find the information down in this video. I only put that in my multiplayer videos. But anybody that would like to play multiplayer with us, welcome to do so, as long as you play nicely and respect the other players. We currently have 2 multiplayer servers, as well as the TeamSpeak server. Server 1 is currently on gift to the Caucasus map. For those of you who remember that map back in Farming Simulator 15. Basically the same type of map here in 17. And then, of course, Server 2 is Rattlesnake Valley, which we are actually doing the videos on. Okay, let's tab over to the sprayer here, get that fired up. Oh, okay, GPS is already set up. And hopefully we have enough spray here to get at least some of this field done. Trevor was saying, love the videos. John was saying I changed up the Rattlesnake Valley map a little bit. Made a few things easier to get into. Doing so, I also found some floating tires and some wooden fences hidden inside of buildings and whatnot. Yeah, never good when a mod author's got objects hidden inside or underneath the map. Basically means they just forgot to kind of clean up behind themselves. Jeffrey was saying on field 15 on Rattlesnake Valley there, I made $807,000 from 465 bales. And they were green, if you're going to ask, by the way. Connor was saying, no, the biggest T9 is the T9 700. True, but the biggest in-game is the T9 565. I'm assuming that's 565 horsepower. I haven't really looked at that, but I'm assuming that's what that usually means. For those of you ever wondering how you tell the horsepower on a tractor, at least a lot of the newer ones, they almost always have it in the name now. So if we go to the T9, select that. The T9 480, probably 480 horsepower. 469, so real close. And then the T9 565, so like I said, 557. And yes, the 565 is the biggest one in the game. Oh, what's another good example? Maybe T8. So 320, probably yeah, exactly 320 horsepower. 380, yeah, 381 horsepower. I think it was one bigger yet. Yes, 435, so 435 horsepower. Seems like a lot of horsepower for a tractor of this type. You are starting to see tractors like that, more and more horsepower. I think the Challengers, I'd like to say, are up to like 500 and something horsepower for those style of tractors. You know, whereas typically in the past, anything over, probably anything even over 400, you pretty much had to get into the articulated tractors for. New Holland Farmer was saying sheep are a great way to make money in Farming Simulator 17. And like I mentioned, I do want to get into some sheep there on Rattlesnake Valley. We'll see what's maybe next episode. We'll get into some sheep. The King Connor was saying the problem with the server is probably two mods conflicting with each other. Could very well be. Maybe we'll just have to like deactivate some mods, see if that'll solve the problem or not. Again, like I said, we haven't really... Well, actually, I should change that. We have changed up a lot of the mods here. Yesterday, went ahead and updated both servers. But we haven't really added any new mods. We just updated a bunch of them, changed a bunch of them around, got rid of some, added some. So basically, both servers have relatively the same mods. With the exception, of course, Gift of the Caucasus has a mod pack that goes with that map. So that is part of the server mods. But probably once we're done with that map, we'll probably be getting rid of most of those. Bluebird says another great episode. Thank you very much for that. Chris was asking, where did you get the corn texture from? The corn texture is part of the maps usually, so unless you manually change it out, any textures for crops and whatnot, those are always part of the map. Matt also saying for the sound issue, check and make sure your sound is coming through your sound card. Because when his graphics card updates the drivers, it always switches to the NVIDIA for the default sound. And yes, I've had that issue as well. I've caught that a few times, like, okay, why do I not have any sound? Oh yes, the NVIDIA is selected as the default sound source. Or destination, actually be a sound destination, I guess, or whatever they call it again. I don't remember exactly, but yes, like I mentioned, been having some issues with the audio lately. It seems like for some reason my mic volume has gone way low. And for those of you not familiar with my setup, pretty much just have a mic connected to a soundboard. The audio from the soundboard is the same level, or at least really close anyway. So something with the input on the computer, or something with the computer, I don't know what. The volume has gone down drastically. Like I'm doubling the volume going out of my soundboard just to make up for it, which is a bit ridiculous if you ask me. So I haven't figured out why yet that is happening. Thinking possibly maybe try a different input on my computer, just see if maybe there's something wrong with that input. Check the volume in the recording panel there for Windows. It says the volume is 100%. So that isn't low or anything, but I still have not figured out why it's gone down so much. Like I said, again, it's not my mic or my sound board. Something with the computer there. I'm expecting some updates somewhere. Something changed something. I don't know what, and I have not been able to figure out what yet. But anyway, looking at time, looks like it's about time to wrap up the episode. So with that, if you folks have any comments or questions, be sure to leave them below. And as always, thanks for watching, and until next time.